Hey everyone and welcome back to the channel. So, what is U1424 in simple terms? This is a network communication code. Your Jeep has a bunch of different computers, or modules, that are constantly talking to each other over something called the CAN bus. Think of it like the vehicle's internal internet. The U1424 code specifically means that one or more of these modules, like the ABS or transmission controller, received a torque signal from the engine control module, or ECM. That just doesn't make sense. It's like the ECM is saying the engine is producing a certain amount of power, but the other modules are looking at their own data from wheel speed sensors or transmission sensors and saying, wait a minute, that's impossible based on what we're seeing. This is why it's called an implausible signal. It's not necessarily a wrong signal, but it's a signal that doesn't logically fit with the information from other systems in the vehicle. The car knows something is off in the communication chain. Now, let's talk about the symptoms. What might you actually notice while driving? Well, the most common sign is the check engine light coming on. You might also see the ABS light or the traction control light illuminate, sometimes all at once. In some cases, you could experience performance issues. Your Jeep might go into limp mode, limiting your speed and power to protect the engine and transmission. You could also notice harsh or erratic shifting from the automatic transmission, or the cruise control might stop working. It really depends on which modules are disagreeing and how severe the communication breakdown is. So, what causes this perplexing code? The causes can be quite varied, which is what makes it tricky. It could be something as simple as a low or weak battery. Modern vehicles are incredibly sensitive to voltage, and a weak battery can cause all sorts of weird electronic gremlins and communication errors between modules. So, always check your battery and charging system first. It's the easiest and often overlooked first step. Another common culprit is a problem with the wheel speed sensors. If one of these sensors is failing or providing an erratic signal, the ABS module will get confused. It will see a wheel spinning at a different speed than the others, which conflicts with the engine torque data it's receiving. This mismatch can easily trigger the U1424 code. So, inspecting the wheel speed sensors and their wiring for any damage or corrosion is a crucial diagnostic step. Of course, the problem could lie within the network itself. This means you could have wiring issues, like a chafed or broken wire somewhere in the CAN bus harness. This can be tough to find and often requires carefully inspecting the wiring looms, especially in areas where they might rub against the chassis or other components. A corroded connector or a bad ground connection can also disrupt communication and lead to this code. Finally, though it's less common, the issue could be with one of the modules themselves. It's possible that the ECM, the TCM transmission control module, or the ABS module has an internal fault. This is usually the last thing you'd suspect after ruling out all the other possibilities, like wiring, sensors, and battery issues, because modules are expensive and replacing them is a bigger job. Okay, so how do you diagnose U1424? You'll need a good quality OBD scanner that can read not just engine codes, but also codes from the ABS transmission and other modules. A basic code reader might only show you the U1424 from the engine's perspective. A more advanced scanner will let you see which module is actually reporting the fault, and it will let you look at live data from things like the wheel speed sensors and engine torque PIDs. Start by checking for any other codes. U1424 is often set in conjunction with other codes, especially from the ABS system. If you have codes related to a specific wheel speed sensor, that's your smoking gun. Start your diagnosis there. Next, use your scanner to monitor the live data for all 4 wheel speed sensors while driving. Do they all read the same speed? Is one of them dropping out or giving erratic readings? This is the fastest way to confirm a bad wheel speed sensor. If the sensors look good, it's time to inspect the wiring. Pay close attention to the harnesses going to the wheel speed sensors and the main harnesses connecting these TCM and ABS modules. Look for any signs of physical damage, corrosion, or loose connections. Don't forget to check the main power and ground connections for all the related modules. If you've gone through all these steps and still haven't found the problem, you might be looking at a faulty module. At this point, it might be a good idea to consult a professional technician who has the specialized tools to test the CAN network and individual modules more thoroughly. To sum it up, U1424 is a communication error. Start with the simple stuff. Check your battery and look for other fault codes. Then move on to the most likely culprits, which are usually the wheel speed sensors. After that, it's a deep dive into wiring, and only then should you start suspecting a bad module. I hope this guide helps you tackle the U1424 code with more confidence. It can be a tricky one, but with a systematic approach, you can definitely figure it out. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.